weird. Since Jody had skipped a grade, she was younger and smaller than her classmates. She was every bit as smart as the others, though, and Ash thought she was the best artist in the class. Jody's big brother was next in the roll call. He was obsessed with Minecraft, like Ash herself. It was one of many things they had in common. "Morgan Mercado," said Ms. Minerva. "Here," Morgan said. He spoke loudly, enthusiastically. The noise in the vents came back louder. It was almost as if something was reacting to the sound of his voice. There was more shuffling and a small chirp. This time, Jody noticed it too. "What was that?" she mouthed silently. Ash gave an exaggerated shrug, as if to say, "No idea." It was at that moment that the door to the classroom flew open, slamming against the wall with a tremendous bang. Their science teacher, Doc Culpepper, stood in the doorway. "Miss Minerva," she said out of breath, "I've come to warn you." Before Doc could finish her sentence, the air conditioning vent above Ash's head burst open. Dozens of dark shapes flew into the classroom, squeaking and chirping, flapping and fluttering. "Are those," said Jody. "Bats!" Ash shouted. The classroom erupted into chaos. The kids screamed. Some ducked low, while others tried to wave the bats away. Ash hid beneath her desk. She saw that Jody had done the same. "This is pandemonium," said Ash. "I know," Jody replied. "But I kind of love it." Ash laughed despite herself. Of course Jody would see the humor in this. Ms. Minerva was swatting away bats as they swooped toward her frizzy hair. "Everyone outside," she instructed. "Please hurry, but don't run." Ash very much wanted to run, but crawling worked well enough. She had to drag her backpack behind her. Most of the class was already out in the hallway when Ash had a sudden realization. They'd left Baron Sweet Cheeks behind. She only hesitated for a moment before turning around and heading deeper into the classroom. "Ash!" Jody called. "What are you doing?" Baron Sweet Cheeks was the class hamster. It was Ash's job, as well as Morgan's, to take care of him. She didn't think the bats would hurt him, but she also didn't think it was a good idea to leave him behind. Besides, he hadn't had his morning hamster cookie yet. Once Ash had crossed the room, she quickly stood up, slung her backpack over her shoulder, and grabbed the hamster's cage. Taking the whole thing would be faster than scooping the hamster out. But the cage was heavier than it looked. "Let me help you," said Morgan. Ash turned to see Morgan had followed her back into the classroom. Then she was almost smacked in the face by a bat wing. Okay, now she was really glad Morgan was there. With Morgan's help, the cage felt like it hardly weighed anything at all. They ducked their heads low and crossed the classroom in a matter of seconds. Ms. Minerva slammed the door shut behind them. Ash smiled at Morgan. "Thanks for coming back for me." He returned the smile. "Thanks for remembering the Baron. I was so panicked that I forgot all about him." The hamster, for his part, seemed totally unbothered by the whole ordeal, especially once Ash slipped a cookie into his cage. "Minerva, I apologize," Doc said. Full of nervous energy, she paced the hall while she spoke. "I wanted to warn you about the bats. It didn't occur to me that my noisy entrance would set them off." While Doc never stopped moving, Ms. Minerva always seemed patiently at rest. She put her hands on her hips. "And how did you know the vents were full of bats?" she asked. "Was this another one of your little projects, Doc?" "I had nothing to do with it," Doc insisted, waving her hands for emphasis. "I recognized the sounds coming from the vents this morning. I've been following the noise from class to class all morning." Ms. Minerva looked like she didn't wholly believe the science teacher.